Welcome to the Random Wrestling Review.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Random Wrestling Review. This is our 8th show, so we're just over the 2-month anniversary of the Random Wrestling Review. It's been some ride, guys, and I'm glad you're all here, apart from Gav.
And Johnny.
No, I'm saying I wish Johnny was here. I'm just gutted that Gav is.
How good your Irish? Kennedy's here.
What?
Fuck off, Kumbo. Fuck off, Monty. Cunt.
Well, Johnny's too busy perving at middle-aged woman at the Robbie Williams concert.
But at least Gav's still here, unlike a few other guys.
Yeah, well, Gav's. Well, you're kind of an original member as well, except your mic didn't work in the first show.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Well, you were mentioned once you got your introduction, then you never spoke, so it was a bit awkward. Right, so what have we got in this week's show? We're reviewing Armageddon 2000, which had the main event of the Armageddon Hell in a Cell between Kurt Angle, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, The Undertaker, and Rikishi. A real bit of childhood nostalgia for myself, and also the latest from what's been happening in Raw and TNA and whatever else. So we'll start with that then. Back in just a second with Review of the Week.
It's time for Review of the Week on Random Wrestling Review.
Right, we're going to do Review of the Week. So, by the way, I never done introductions with Gav, Kimbo and Dutch in the pod. The usual. Johnny's working at the Robbie Williams concert in Hampden, looking at Audio Plunge. So best of luck to him. He'll probably run in before the end. So Raw this week. Did we all watch it last night or today at some point? No, because you're fucking hopeless. I kind of skimmed through it. It seemed decent, to be honest. Not as good as last week, but still reasonably entertaining, I'd say.
Watched the first 2 hours and then I gave up. I haven't watched the last hour yet.
Yeah. I think the highlights were the Jericho Del Rio match.
I think I want to see that.
Sorry?
Oh, said the only thing I want to watch is the Daniel Bryan Orton match at the end.
I watched that. That was pretty good. And the right result as well.
But what about the conclusion, though?
Bryan won with a...
No, I mean at the very end, the handshake and that. What do you think of that?
I don't know.
Kind of feel a wee bit let down.
I think it's to put Daniel Bryan over, huh?
Yeah.
But
I think that's the whole storyline. He's being held back by management.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when it came out at the start of the show, it was definitely he got a face reaction and it was a face promo he done as well. But I don't know what
Because he's back to his yes.
Yeah. He's wearing his yes t-shirt now. But Michael Cole was still calling it the no lock, which I found weird.
it's a bell end anyway.
Aye. What do we? The thing I'm confused about what they're going to do with Randy Orton.
Well, that's why I don't get the conclusion. It's it was nice for him to have that gesture and whatnot, but at the same time, as you say, you know what I mean, it's good for Daniel Bryan, but then see Orton looking all pissed off walking away because he wasn't happy about shaking his hand, blah blah, and he just, you know what I mean, even when the camera focused on him, he still looked like, you know what I mean, pissed off.
Randy Orton always looks pissed off, though, to be fair.
But there's not much to do with Orton now. He's on 2 wellness steps, so...
Yeah, you can't really trust him. But it's just the whole way where, you know, like 99 times out of 100, he would have got an RKO. Because earlier on in the show, they did that with Jericho and Ziggler, you know, because he was just paying back Jericho for what he did in SmackDown. You know, you kind of think, well, it's going to happen, it's that kind of person, but then it didn't happen. So, okay.
As I said, I think they kind of lost confidence in them. There's not much you can do if...
True enough.
No.
That's the thing. People keep saying, oh, Fandango and blah, 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 30-day concussion. if they fail a wellness test, it has to be publicized on their website.
Yeah.
Did Fanny Laws fail a wellness test? Aye.
Well, that's the rumour I was going about, but I don't think so.
There was, like, Ziggler had a concussion, then Fandango, then Tamina Snuka, then...
Yeah, a wee bit too coincidental, I think.
Yeah. But if they fail a test, it gets put on the corporate website under their name.
It hasn't.
I mean, I really don't think the WWE are going to risk the media backlash if they're trying to cover up somebody failing a drug test.
Yeah, true.
But selective testing.
Hmm?
It's selective testing. I mean,
Yeah.
you really, well, just look at some of them on the roster.
Yeah.
Those part-timers don't get tested, huh?
That's where RVD will be alright.
Aye. Just look at the Rock.
Well, the thing with RVD is it's not against the wellness policy to smoke marijuana. So, it's only if you're doing like synthetic marijuana where you get done under the wellness policy.
Oh well.
Yeah. So we also did CM Punk come out this week and confront Paul Heyman. And they shared a nice wee cuddle in the ring. What did we make of that?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I haven't seen it.
You're fucking helpless.
Just a surprise. You kind of, well, it's kind of like creating this willy won't he.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like Punk doesn't want to split up from him. And Heyman, you obviously know, and the end's going to turn on him. He's doing things that piss him off. But, you know, it was the way Punk was going about, oh, when everybody else said you were this, everybody else said you were that, I stuck by you. When everybody else said that you owed money, you were doing this, you were doing that, you were sent away, I stuck by you. You stuck by me, I stuck by you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it was more like CM Punk was trying to crawl up Heyman's ass the other way around.
Mm.
So that basically Heyman, you know, he pulls the strings basically. So obviously when it turns, obviously when they do fall out, when it does happen, it might even happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Lesnar will come in and destroy him, prevent him the chance of winning the belt. So then when it comes to it, you know, that's your match set up for SummerSlam or what?
I'd like them to go that way, like have like Heyman manipulating like Punk and have like Punk getting a more like deranged character, like mentally like doubting himself and
Mankind throwing his hair out and that.
Well, not quite to that extent, but then have Heyman turn on him and then like just leave Punk like.
That's what it's going to look like. Yeah. It's going to be Heyman. Well, obviously when they had Curtis Axel come in to help him, I asked him to come down. His music came on. He came down himself. You were still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, what's the fucking point in that?
That's what I do. I'd like to see if they're going to go with this Punk and Heyman thing. I'd like to see like it be Heyman turn on Punk, you know, like, and just leaving Punk in the ring devastated, you know.
After getting a kick in.
Aye, then just have like Heyman on the mic telling them, like, just totally berating them. I
shaft everybody, you should know that by now. Don't trust Heyman, like I don't trust Austin sort of thing.
The biggest Paul Heyman guy is Paul Heyman. Oh,
some shit like that.
That's a good line. By the way, if anyone's listening for the WWE writing team, you can use that. Then we had what looks like Jericho's going to be up against Mr. Back.
Aye, that's what you called him.
Aye. Well, this was originally going to be their plan for the two of them at WrestleMania this year.
Is it?
Yeah, before it was. I think I'm right in saying that. Before it was Jericho and Fandango, the original idea was a heel Jericho facing Ryback, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Quite glad we never seen that, to be honest. I don't think that.
But
sorry.
Just get people over, huh?
Yeah, I don't think there's any point of like turning Jericho heel anymore because like the crowd are just going to cheer him no matter what now.
On that stage that he can lose matches.
Yeah.
He says that in his books as well. He doesn't care about winning titles. Entertaining.
Yeah.
Because I remember him writing like during his last match he wants to lose and get dragged out of the building kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
like in the most unflattering way, he wants to retire.
I don't think that he was going to be able to do that though.
Don't know when it happens. I know Simon will be gutted.
But I just don't think there's any way the WWE could get like the majority of the crowd to hate Chris Jericho anymore.
Don't know.
I mean, unless he like came out and like, I don't know, kicked one of the Make-A-Wish kids in the face or something. But apart from that,
Yeah.
Like the $1 Million Man.
aye. Gav, what were you saying there? Something unfunny?
Ooh.
Insightful. Thanks for that.
Cheers, Gav.
I think they'll have Ziggler go over him at WrestleMania 30. That's my contribution.
I'm glad we fucking hung around for that.
Well, it's his last match. I don't know what that'll happen.
Wait, now you're jumping to lots of conclusions. WrestleMania 30 is going to be his last match now.
No, I
What's
didn't say
that got to do
that.
with his match against Ryback? So he missed the back.
Aye. I mean, you're 10 months away.
It's just, saying what I thought. Now that you're on the subject of Chris Jericho. Chillax.
You fucking suck.
So does Becky.
What else do we
No,
have?
an insult, Gav. That's a fucking compliment.
I know.
Twat. Oh, Warren, take that.
I know. Your girlfriend sucks.
Gives you blowjobs. Ooh.
Oh no, I hate that.
Oh, stick Warren. Gav.
He's got me there. That's me tell. What
Alright.
a nugget I am.
Proper nugget.
Total nugget. And that insult was too hot for me.
Aye.
What plan, Dutch?
Huh?
What plan?
Stick to the topic. Don't fucking mention WrestleMania 30 when
Aye.
discussing on
Chillax.
So Gav, what do you
Don't
think?
use black either.
What do you think about Ryback and Jericho at Money in the Bank? I think Ziggler's going to go over Jericho at WrestleMania.
You never asked me that.
Aye, we did.
You started talking about Jericho's last match, and
No, we
I said,
never. Well, right, we kind of did, but...
right.
And don't say chillax either, fuck's sake.
Aye.
Right, what do you make of Curtis Axel saving CM Punk?
Stupid.
We already discussed that. Pay attention.
No, you didn't. You talked about Punk and Heyman.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was Heyman's basically. It was his pawn, wasn't it? The
Aye.
chess game.
But what do you make of that? Do you think it's...
I refer you to the answer I gave 4 minutes ago when we were talking about Heyman and Punk.
It's been a long day.
Fucking time waster. Just go through everything. When I'm editing this, I'll just go through everything that you said and just edit out and just file it under shite. Shite, Gav says. Like chillax. Oh,
And six years ago yesterday. Benoit.
I think we'll talk about that a bit more. But,
Ultimate
Rest in peace.
match.
I think we'll touch on the Chris Benoit incident in the end segment. We'll try and have a proper discussion about it.
Rest in peace.
Shut up, Gav. So the Usos are the new #1 contenders for the tag titles.
Fucking why?
I don't mind the Usos.
Oh.
Oh, it's a common thing. You'll lose interest in the tag division in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building up the divas again. They can't
They
decide
build
which
up
one.
one and fucking ruin the other.
Oh, aye. For what I've read before, I think it is that Stephanie wants to build the Diva division and Triple H wants to build the tag division.
Well, why don't they have Stephanie do that and Triple H do that?
Because you have to pull in the same direction, not go against each other. But that's what they're trying to get. The whole nobody's united, so there's going to be potential for backstabbing and to see. You know what I mean? They're building towards something.
Were the McMahons on Raw
Triple
this
threat.
week?
Yep, it definitely was.
Yeah, Vince came out.
Think.
You seen Vince at the start?
Oh, so he did, aye.
Yeah, they're
Is he
just on
there?
WWE because the USA Network wants
I
them
want more of them.
to boost the ratings.
I'm interested by the way they're going to go with it, if nothing else.
Triple threat match.
Make it. Make it a four
Triple
corners
H
match.
versus Vince. Triple H
Aye.
versus Vince versus Stephanie.
Where's Linda McMahon in all this?
She might come out the woodwork the same way as Shane might, you know, in the wee bit further down the line. I've got one already. I'll have a blowjob or something. Sandwich, please.
I'll take one of them and all if they're going about.
Sandwich or
That's
blowjob?
clear. You didn't want one. Fucking sandwich or shite.
I'll just not be making you one then.
Well, you know, you need to practice, Claire. We've had this conversation before. When I think you've reached that sort of standard of being good, then I'll go back to make them myself, and then fall back upon you once you've reached that bar. You know what I mean?
You know, Becky never cooks for me.
What age is
She
Becky?
did.
19.
See, Claire's 34.
She could that quiche.
Aye, the cake.
Flip it up.
Claire should be
Oh,
making
yeah.
one of the sandwiches. She should be outside building me sandcastles.
Do you want on your
I don't want a
sandwich?
cabbage. I don't want a sandwich.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
You know, 5 minutes to the shop, Shack. Go get me some Haribo's. Oh, fuck you. No, I'm not getting any fucking sweets. Can't.
What else happened in Raw? Oh, the WWE 2K14 cover was unveiled.
That was fucking stupid as well. The build up to it. It's kind of comical.
I
You
think
know,
they should have
the
used
initial picture.
the John Laurinaitis cover.
There's a few digs at him as well. See from CM Punk, yeah.
Aye. Well, I don't think he actually works with the WWE anymore, so I think he's like fucking fair game.
Would he not come out in SmackDown before WrestleMania though?
Aye. But he's not got his he isn't the executive vice
Yeah,
president of
director.
talent relations anymore, I know that.
People power.
It seems a bit strange that they had him in quite a prominent role on telly, then they just got rid of him altogether.
Altogether, aye, and that's it.
Well, he
Aye,
was
'cause
only like
general manager of both.
it was just a filler story for ages.
Aye, but he was still an executive of the company when he was on TV, but then they just dumped him.
Yeah, but Triple H took over for them, huh?
Oh, was that it? Triple H just got...
Yes.
No, he was only filler because Barrett got injured and he couldn't fight the Money in the Bank match at 28.
Well, no, they had the whole angle with CM Punk and that for months as well.
Aye, but they were never going to have that tag team match for Total Control. Could have just made the World Heavyweight Championship match longer, but no. We
It
had
was,
John Laurinaitis.
What was the heavyweight match of that year?
Bryan against Sheamus.
Oh, that's what it was.
18 seconds.
Oh, well,
That's what happened to Brian.
It was, aye. Looking
Was-
back in it.
Fuck you. And it backfired on them.
Yeah. How dare he get himself over?
Yeah. That's the weird mindset of the WWE. They act surprised, like, oh, why can't you first get over him?
Mhm.
We're just humiliating them every week. But why is he not going over him? Getting
Yeah.
over? Just look at Wade Barrett fighting the Miz again. He gets beat again.
Yeah.
Fucking figure four again. How many times can you have that same fucking match?
I know. Well, we had Sheamus versus Del Rio about 20 times last year, so.
We'll probably get it again since we've got another fucking Fiesta Del Rio and SmackDown. So we not have one at Christmas time?
Yeah, but now he's a heel again, so
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
as I said, I don't even mind if they fight like Miz and Barrett. I mean, just
Gav,
What?
breathing. Don't breathe into your mic.
Sorry.
Continue, Dutch.
Just give a simple backstory. Just say, well, look, the Miz or Barrett challenged the Miz to a best of 7, and the winner gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Boom, that's 7 matches set up.
Yeah.
With some form of fucking logic.
Some sense of direction as well.
Yeah, that's the same thing with that Big E and Del Rio. There's no reason. There wasn't a reason why they were fighting each other 5 times in 2 weeks or something like that. A simple fucking story. Just say Del Rio has to beat Big E in the best of 7 for that Ziggler's championship. Boom. Give me a reason why they're fighting. Let's just pair them up together again and again.
Whilst we're on the subject, you go. Whilst we're on the subject of Del Rio, you know how he's a massive liability when it comes to matches, and he always makes some sort of botch.
Not really.
Why are they letting? He always cocks up somehow.
Oh, he does a couple of botches, but he's still good in the ring.
But why would they let him do all the head kicks and that, and then say no, fuck you, and you're not allowed to do the punt kick, which is a lot safer than, oh, he's got to try and do a backflip and kick him in the head.
When did he say he couldn't do the punt kick? He done it a couple of weeks ago.
But that was just for the hometown crowd. We pretty much stopped him doing the punt kick because it wasn't safe.
But the difference is they advertise the punt kick as giving people concussions.
Aye.
We're not doing the same with Del Rio. Like with the punt kick, you know it's over. And when Del Rio does a head kick, it's just transitional.
Aye. I mean, it's only an insecurity. I mean, Jericho's been doing them for years.
I'd trust Jericho to do an insecurity on me more than I would Del Rio.
But he's not injured, isn't he?
He nearly cocked up at SummerSlam, I think. It was one of the ones where he was meant to do an RKO off the top rope and he cocked it up completely. Like he got himself in the wrong position or something. I'll have a wee look.
No, well, fuck, I'm not that interested, but... Aye, what do you mean Del Rio doing an RKO?
No, like, Orton was meant to catch him off the top rope and Del Rio just missed it completely. And he did that botch at SummerSlam where he was meant to do like an elbow drop off the top rope and he just fell off. Do you not mind that?
No.
He just fell off the top turnbuckle.
Del Rio.
Yep.
I don't
I think the one
remember.
with the big show is probably the best.
Oh, when he missed the kick, that was funny.
That's
Aye.
fucking, and he went for it again. Big Show standing for a minute holding it. Fucking stupid.
Yeah. It was nice to see Ricardo finally use the bucket this week. That was actually...
What the fuck it's made of? Fucking, like that same stupid shit steel that went to the fucking steel cans. Generic era. You know what I mean?
The old Pepsi cans.
Absolutely nothing in it.
Have they ever gave a reason why he's taking that bucket?
No.
Ring.
I think it's supposed to be like the boxing manager thing. Like in Rocky would have a bucket to spit in and that, but no, it doesn't really make much sense.
That's the video. Just mute it.
I don't care. Did he? Sweet. Anything else happen of any significance in Raw this week that we might have missed? Oh fuck! How did I forget? Did we see the guy that came out with Tons of Funk?
Who was he?
Apparently some fucking charity auction winner at WrestleMania.
What about the Money in the Bank participants being announced?
Oh, aye, right. Here's what we've got: RVD, Christian, Punk,
Sheamus.
Sheamus, Orton, and Daniel.
Yep. And Kane.
Okay.
Brian's winning that.
Nope.
Who do you think's going to win it?
Danny Boy.
Well, I don't know, what's the point in having RVD back? Obviously, he might be for Heyman to sort of screw Punk over.
Well,
like Heyman's enforcer.
the way I'd like to see him do it
Because
is...
they said I'm a Paul Heyman guy, but obviously they don't like the fact that RVD keeps getting cheered.
Aye.
But you need to do some kind of swerve, I suppose.
The way I'd like to see him do it is have Punk win the match, then when he goes to cash in, have Lesnar come out and like screw him out the title, then let that be the moment where Heyman turns and Punk.
So, I don't know. I'm saying, like, it'd be good for Bryan to win it, but
Yeah.
saying that what's good, what makes sense, it doesn't really matter in wrestling, does it?
I was just thinking if CM Punk wins it, that'll be the third time he's won it.
And that's what they were saying last night, he's won it twice.
Brian will win.
That'll be the second time he's won it as well. Which really kind of defeats the purpose of it when you think about it.
Yeah.
When it first came into play, because it was like guys who've never won the title before getting their shot.
And the worst part is they've had the title for a year as well, so in that year nobody's actually elevated.
Yeah. Remember when Mr. Kennedy won it? But then lost at the Edge.
Yeah, man. Is he still in it on that fucking TNA?
Aye, he's Mr. Anderson now. That's his
You're
real name.
joking. 1 and 2 came up again as the two numbers in the fucking Euro Millions.
Huh.
Nobody won it in the UK. That's
Yes.
fucking... Sorry.
Raging.
4, 5, 13, 27, 35, 1 and 2. Nobody won it.
Bastard, that's my numbers and I should have put it on.
Aye, I know.
Oh well. These things happen. What happened in TNA this week? Gav.
They revealed the number 2 guy in the main event Mafia,
Who?
Kurt Angle,
Right.
and the number 3 guy was released in the latest tapings, which was Samoa Joe.
Right. So is this a heel faction or a face faction?
Face faction.
Right. Okay.
They had Jeff Hardy go over Bobby Roode.
So is the main event Mafia going to feud the Aces and Eights?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Sting wants to get back at Billy Ray.
Fair enough.
What else happened? Billy Ray still wants to talk to Brooke Hogan.
Fuck, they're
She's
dragging
like-
that.
Yep. She's going to join them.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking riveting as always.
I
Can
Eric Young,
well,
tag team titles.
He's a knockout champion.
Finally discovered that he wasn't the woman.
Did he lose the title?
Oh, he gave them up.
Oh, right. That was nice of him. Who to?
Or he just gave them up to
Oh, right, just vacated the title, as you do. I don't want this anymore.
what, did he give up OVB's one as well?
Yeah.
It's not very fair, no BD.
Go to fair, she's a referee now.
Is she?
Yep.
Christ.
Knockouts referee.
So she doesn't actually wrestle anymore?
Nope. Her and Taryn Terrell have swapped.
Alright. Cool. Good for her.
Yep.
Hope
That's all
her,
I can think of.
hope her career goes well as a referee now.
Mhm.
Wish her the best success. And all she does from here on out.
She's
She's
still wearing the top where she's like, just put paint on her hands and grabbed her tits.
well, that's good.
Mhm.
Right, so anyone got anything else to add, or can I end this segment?
Rey Mysterio had surgery
Good
this
for me.
week on his knee.
Oh, and Jackie Fargo died.
Rest in peace.
Fabulous Jackie Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
He was a NWA commissioner a couple of weeks ago on the TNA show.
TNA. I've honestly still not actually watched that. I've never watched it. As I say, since the days made the fucking stupid shape thing. I know it's changed now, but I think it's not got dodgy WCW type music as well.
Yeah.
I'll maybe give it a go. We should do a fucking TNA pay-per-view for the next homework, yeah.
I've got next week's settled.
Oh well.
Right, so
What
anyone
is
else
it?
got... I'll tell you in the last segment, like always. Anyone got anything else to add? Right, theme of the week. What we're going for? Right to censor. I don't think that'd be too appropriate. And really fucking annoying.
Did you get them? Nobody won, Clara. You're back
Kurt
to
Angle.
lazy bastard.
Kurt Angle's music.
Uh,
2001.
Dunk the Clown's heel theme.
Doinks theme. No, do you know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for Undertaker's Limp Bizkit theme.
Why ask us then?
Just to see if you said anything better, but you don't, so I'll just...
No, because that's what was it with JR during
Wait.
when the Undertaker's entrance. It might be Limp Bizkit, but he sure as hell ain't. I was like, okay then.
What, Dutch? Armageddon?
opening-
Oh, Sweet
I
Home
love
Alabama?
that.
Aye, okay,
No.
aye. What?
Like in the opening song, the end is near.
What song do you want me to do?
My way.
Oh, hold on.
Fuck's sake.
The song for the start of Armageddon 2000.
Which was Sweet Home Alabama?
Oh.
Aye, it was.
Talking about the fucking video package you had in the beginning. This one. Sounds like the Doors.
Oh, what's the name of the song?
That's it there.
Again by Jim Johnson.
Right, fuck it, we'll go for that then.
Don't even know if it's any good. But
Right, well, we're going for that song that you're going to hear. Join us in part 2 where we'll be talking about Armageddon 2000.
You came to me in a dream last night. You were standing in a brilliant light. 1 minute here, but the next you were gone. I thought you could stay, but I was so wrong. The end is here, the game is over, no more pretending, no more, no more. The end is here, the end is here, the end is here, the end is here. The end is here.
And welcome back, folks. We've took a wee bit of a longer break than we anticipated, so much so we've even got a new member in the pod. So, Gav, Dutch, and Kimbo still here. We've got a chance now to, before we do Armageddon, introduce our newest member. Please, everyone, give a warm RWR welcome to Stuart.
Cheers,
Yeah.
lads.
Aye, we delayed the podcast just to get Stuart on now.
Just to,
Aye.
nothing to do with being lazy bastards, nothing at all to do that. All the 3 of us we sat here last night talking shit.
Talking about Gav.
Got that Gav. And
So entertaining.
jeans.
You checked the YouTube page yet, Gav?
No.
For what?
No, just seeing if he liked his own videos again.
Not this again.
He's still raging with you that you uploaded the video up to your account last week.
Aye.
Get it sorted.
All 7 cool views.
Can you believe it? He came on going, what the fuck's this? Dutch has uploaded a video to his own account.
Oh,
That bastard's fucking dead when I see him. You're right, calm down, Gav.
we should put ads on the YouTube.
No. Why? To earn fucking 2 pence?
Hey, pay per click, you get 6 pence.
Yeah.
It's 75 pence every 10 views you get.
And if this makes money, I'm getting it. The rest of you can go fuck yourself.
Alright, we'll just revolt and start a roaming.
Aye. We'll just join the sports lab with Gav.
Oh no! Sports Lab's going to run me out of business.
Aye.
They're
going to steal you.
They
They're
want
going
to be friends, I've told you.
We're not the best at making friends, though.
Well, we got Johnny.
Aye, exactly.
Oh. Sports Lab's going to steal you 75 pence.
I know. I am having.
75 pence for every 10 views.
Yep.
You'd have about 150 by now.
Yeah, by the end of the year, I might make a tenner.
Aye. Divided by 5.
Divide by 5, fuck all. Divide by 0.
No.
Divide
So you
by,
get nothing.
About us.
divide by me.
Start the Anti-Monty podcast.
Listen, as I told you last night, if it was up to me, it would just be me sitting here on my own talking about wrestling. That's my ideal pod.
Hearing voices in your head.
Aye.
So what do you think, Monty? I agree, David.
I'd have 3 different characters. I'd have David, Monty and Marshall.
But you need to do, if you're doing Marshall, you need to do the voice of Marshall Erickson, or it's just not going to be.
Why?
Because I like Marshall Erickson. Jason Segal's a great actor.
Why not Marshall Mathers?
Because he's shit.
Shut up, Gav.
Shut up, Gav. Right, anyway, this week we're looking at Armageddon 2000. This is from December the 10th, 2000, obviously.
And I picked it.
You did. This was actually Gav's choice.
You're welcome.
10 years before SummerSlam 2010.
We're still doing that.
No.
No one though. This is a democracy for us as much as I'll allow it to be.
So it's a democracy when you want to thwart me.
Basically, it's a puppet democracy, really.
Can I start calling you Monty Mugabe?
If you want.
Monty Stalin. No, Monty fuck.
I wouldn't say I'm Stalin. I'm not much of a commie. I think I'm more
My socks are wet.
4 out of 10. I'd say I'm more like a Monty Sung Young.
Monty Blair.
Monty Python.
Kim Jong Monty.
Monty Blair.
Monty Blair? Blair? Was it? What?
Johnny would love you if you were Monty Blair.
If my second name was Blair, I'd just throw myself out my top window. Right, anyway, the show came live from Birmingham, Alabama. It had an attendance of just under 15,000. It was opened by JR and Jerry the King Law. And we had, the first one we seen was a shot of Mick Foley from Heat saying that he'd promised to retire as commissioner if anyone got injured in the main event. Sorry, seriously hurt in the main event. I then went to the back and we had the Stooges, who are who, Gav?
I haven't got a freaking clue.
Yeah.
The one I watched didn't have any like backstage segments, it was just the matches.
So you didn't actually watch the show then?
I watched the matches, which is all my show had. Which is all my version in YouTube had.
There was a link posted up of the full show and you still didn't watch it.
I watched the show.
You posted the link as well.
I watched the show, I just watched it off a different link.
No, you watched the matches, you never watched the show.
That's not my fault if the link didn't have them.
See what we have to deal with, Stuart. This is the stuff that you don't hear in the pod normally.
Do you know what, we should just make this a straight swap, Stuart for Gav.
Nah.
I fucking.
Yeah, but then you miss out on the two best segments.
This is on par. This is as bad as fucking watching Great American Bash 2008.
Aye.
You fucking posted the link and then you didn't watch the link that you fucking posted.
No, I didn't even watch it there and then. I watched it.
You
I watched
posted
it Tuesday night.
Hold on a
2
second.
hours and 50-minute link.
Aye.
The one I watched was about 2 hours and 35.
The link even had the WWF home videos exclusive at the end of it. Right, so far we've had 8 pods, and you've no watched about 3 of them, watched a different show for another one, and then...
The highlights of another one.
Aye. Gav, did you watch...
Dutch never watched ICW either.
Aye, you did?
I watched most of it.
Aye.
So did I. I skipped a few matches, like Dutch did.
You honestly don't know who Stooges are.
We told you this.
It's get absolutely steaming. Cause we're standing on our windows from the horses. Well, keep your grinder training.
Right.
It's good and your chins east. As it rains.
Hey, you'll need to cut your music, we're slagging Gav again. Gav never watched the full show.
That's Johnny.
I just saw the matches.
And he doesn't know how the Stooges are. We told you this last week as well.
Yeah,
Did we talk about a pod suspension or something for him?
Right, I think he's getting there.
Oh, no. I thought it was 5 points off my team.
Yeah, we talked about the points being taken off me, yeah.
It doesn't really bother me.
Johnny, sort your mic, there's an echo.
That's because I'm in the toilet.
Oh.
What stage are we at anyway?
We're just starting, basically.
Awesome.
So, you don't know who the
Take
Stooges
it
are?
you don't mean the Three Stooges? No.
Aye, that's who we mean, aye, the Three Stooges, aye. Those well-known WWF wrestlers, the Three Stooges. Fucking idiot.
So, Kane battered them, I think.
Who are
last
they?
year. The Three Stooges.
No, the fucking...
Corporate Stooges.
Corporate Stooges. I'll give you a clue, one of them was the first WWF Intercontinental Champion.
That doesn't help me.
And I love it, a Virgil's cock.
You watched the Austin versus Dude Love match that were in that last week, you wee prick.
I know, that's what we told
Oh,
him.
you mean like Pat Patterson and that?
Oh,
Yes.
for fuck's sake. Aye.
Oh. Right, I'm clocked on now. Just
Aye.
ignore
What's
me.
the other guy's
Only for a
name?
pish.
Aye, what's the other one's name?
Was it Terry Funk?
Okay,
Could I go for a pish now?
just fucking go away.
Take your time.
Oh dear. Aye, with him
When
gone,
I
we
troll,
might.
I do it best.
Aye. With him gone, we might actually get some fucking progress in this.
Does my microphone still sound like a potato?
Better now.
No, it's fine now. Right, so we got the segment with the Stooges and Vince. Vince saying he's not happy about this match and he's not happy with Mick Foley. Was this ever explained why he didn't like it, or was it just to be a dick to Foley?
I think it's because Foley it ruined his career and it ruined some of Shawn Michaels' career because you know how they talked to him at the WWF New York, wherever it was.
Aye.
They kept all the way throughout the pay-per-view, kept going on about how it's so dangerous and how it's career-threatening, and it wasn't just one person or two people, but
Yeah.
because so many people involved, it was, it was.
He mentions that it's over $1 billion worth of talent.
Yeah.
It's basically the potential for fatality, not fatality, but for injuring or ruining careers was great. It was just so it was so like much of a risk. It was a kind of the ongoing theme throughout it though, because in between every match, it was still it played it on. But if you think back to like when you were that age, 20 whatever it was in 2000. You would kind of maybe, oh my god, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Have that apprehension. So they worked that quite well, I think, in production terms.
I was 8.
See, I was 20.
Right, so the first match we got was the Hardys with Lita against the Radicals. with Terry, and this was an intergender elimination match.
By the way, best theme music ever, The Radicals.
I agree, aye. That was one of my favourite themes ever. The same 4 bars over and over again, but it was awesome.
Definitely.
So, what did we make of this?
The angle running up to it with Dean Malenko was funny. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen at that time.
Yeah.
Him dipping. Can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you, mate.
I had on Dutch Mike's doing its thing.
I think it's Stuart's.
No,
Who
it was.
is?
Oh, you go, Stuart.
I didn't see it, mate.
Alright, sound.
Start again.
Aye, there you go, Johnny.
The with the hotel room angle and him and the two of them in the restaurant together, I thought it was just brilliant. Funny as hell. Dean Malenko's not a guy who you think could be funny, but it really was.
Yeah. We've got our first death in this show with Eddie. So that's morality count at 1 so far.
In the first match.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually take that long, does it?
No, to be fair.
Usually in the highlight in the opening credits.
Aye. So, I'm trying to look who was in the eliminations. I think it was Eddie that went first.
He was injured at the time, or on
Yeah.
cocaine, one of the two.
Then I can't remember. It left. The last two were Malenko and Lita, and Malenko won with these Texas cloverleaf hold, and got a wee bit of revenge in Lita for embarrassing them on their date.
That's right, I meant for the videos for that.
We then got a backstage interview with Kurt Angle talking to Lillian Garcia, Trish Stratus's best friend, if you go by online rumours.
What was online rumours?
What, Trish and Lillian? Apparently,
Steph and Trish.
aye, it's along those lines. Apparently, they were very good friends back in the day. They travelled together and stayed together and stuff.
Says that friends.
Well, I think that was the idea. And apparently, according to X-Pac, Lillian's got a massive hairy fanny. So the next match was for the European title between William Regal and Alabama's own Hardcore Holly. And Regal came out before the match and just basically he was doing his like stuck up.
The audience.
He was doing his stuck up fucking snobby gimmick at the time. And just
Which was excellent.
It was brilliant.
I was watching another Regal. Do anybody remember the Duchess of Queensbury match?
We talked about that earlier on.
Aye.
William Regal, probably one of the most underused talents ever, and for his own fault, like he was caught with drugs and that, wasn't he? But
yeah,
this guy should have been at least a couple of time world champion.
I think they were going to like back him when he won the King of the Ring, but then he got caught using drugs a short time after it. So
yeah, like I said, it was his own fault.
Aye. But around about this time when he just came to WWF, he was brilliant. He had a really good heel gimmick. It totally went against like even the general atmosphere about the WWF.
The British gentleman snob kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of like the old Triple H kind of same character.
Aye, his Bluebird character. Aye. Anyway, so this match finished with Raven of all people running in, and then DDT and Holly, and Regal got the free count.
Probably another guy who's in the list of guys who were criminally underused.
Without a doubt.
I'd say
Even just his character. I mean, I'm not really convinced of his work rate, but Raven's character was just brilliant in ECW.
I think at WCW they always like when he first came they hinted like they were going to do something with him, but they never really did. He was just one of the guys that got lost in the pack there. An interview with Rikishi was it Kevin Kelly he was talking to?
Yeah.
I think it was Kevin Kelly, aye. Saying he was upset because Angle attacked him on SmackDown because they had that like alliance with Triple H and Kurt at the time. That was like heels going against the faces basically, which was nice. I never really bought into Rikishi's a main eventer, to be honest.
Rubbish, wasn't it? You couldn't speak.
No, that's the thing.
Well, the Rock summed it up perfectly. I'm Rikishi.
Aye.
I did for the Rock. Not, maybe he doesn't need to be able to speak, like CM Punk or anything like that, but he was doing the fat man dancing gimmick for too long. There was no real credibility to him ever.
Because they just turned him out of the blue as well. It came from nowhere that he was the one that ran over Austin.
Having said that, I mean, Yokozuna was a pretty good heel, so...
Made Mr. Fuji with him.
Aye.
Yeah.
Hi, Claire.
Right, so the next match was China against Val Venus, who was with Ivory. This was during the right to censor gimmick.
Stupid.
Thoughts in the right to censor?
Did you watch? Well, overall, stupid.
No,
It's a piss take, though, wasn't it? It was a
piss take, but I mean, there's meant to be heels. There's meant to be people who don't like them. They did that pretty well, but
yeah,
I think they just kind of made them look stupid too much. I mean, heels are meant to get the occasional win, aren't they?
Yeah. Mike's too quiet.
They were a party on the parent television council, the PTC, who on Vince's back about the Attitude Era, basically. And, right.
Gav, what was your views in China?
Well, you mean China as the woman or China as the wrestler?
You're a fucking idiot.
I was waiting for you to say something about the fucking economy in China.
Well, my opinions on the rice bowl is fucking idiot. Did you watch this match?
I normally skip women's matches.
It wasn't a women's match though. In the gender.
You never watched
it. If you'd watched the start of it, you'd have seen honestly Val Venus selling the fucking shittest moves to China, getting his ass kicked right from the start. You're like, fuck off, I'm not touching you.
You never watched this, did you?
I never watched that match. I thought it'd be a heap of shite.
So you never watched you missed half the show. You said you watched all the matches. Except you never watched all the matches.
What are your thoughts on China, Monty?
I'd rattle it.
I'd rattle it. I don't care what MD says. Should get it. Always.
What are your thoughts? Get it off her.
What are your thoughts on Ivory Kimball?
Ivory?
Yeah.
In her pre-RTC days, definitely. Not as a frumpy old woman. I think young as well. It just reminds you of like that wifey from the Chase, the strict bitch.
Frosty Knickers.
What's her name? I call her Claire's mum.
Say Granny.
Indeed I do.
Right, the woman for the Chase, are you saying?
You know how, but that sort of serious, stern, doesn't take any sort of shit, nonsense kind of thing. That's the way I saw Ivory in RTC.
But you can't just be filthy.
What you like
that. She'd be pure filthy if she was like that.
No birds are filthy, though. That's just the fucking saying. The thing is, there's two different types of birds, Gav. You don't really want to take a filthy bird home to your mum. You know what I mean?
But there's filthy and there's secretly filthy.
Dundonian. Right.
Stuart, as a newest member, would you rattle China?
I think she'd rattle me right now.
What's that?
She'd end up rattling me.
Probably. Well, my follow-up question is, would you enjoy it?
Probably.
She'd make you enjoy it.
Aye. Right, this match. Val Venus won with a fisherman suplex. Then after the match, China goes to attack.
What? I'd have called that perfect plex.
Well, it's only a perfect plex if Mr. Perfect does it, surely.
I don't know, because fucking Curtis is doing them now sometimes too. Although...
Aye, well, fuck.
It's called a fisherman suplex.
Aye, the move is a fisherman suplex.
We'll be back in a minute.
We'll go get some Tazos.
Don't come back.
I mean, if Randy Orton does an RKO, it's an RKO. If anyone else does, it's a cutter.
Right, when anybody else does a super kick.
It's a super kick.
If Shawn Michaels does it, it's reach and use.
I know.
Right, so after that match, we got a backstage segment with Stephanie and Vince, and Stephanie was telling her how worried she was about Triple H in this match, and we got some terrific Stephanie acting, which is not
13 years,
which is not improved in the last 13 years.
No, but before her heel turn, she was an absolute babe.
I'd still rattle her, always.
Who are you talking about?
Stephanie McMahon.
I would now.
That's right. So anyway, Vince tells Stephanie that he's going to take care of this right now. And we then got a cutaway segment with The Undertaker talking to Kevin Kelly, and it was just going through all the things he's done in the Hell in a Cell. I thought this was good, but I thought they dragged it out a bit much.
Fella.
It must have went about 10 minutes, this promo. Then Vince and the Stooges, who Gav?
Pat Patterson and Briscoe.
Briscoe
What
who?
Briscoe?
I can't remember his first name.
Fucking hopeless.
It's definitely not Wes Briscoe.
No, it's not, funnily enough.
Is Wes Briscoe related to him?
It's his son, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
God, think of a newspaper on Sunday, right, called This Sunday.
Oh, Gerald.
Right, there we go. Fuck.
I think it's his son.
So Vince comes out and he tells everyone that he meant what he said in SmackDown, that he hates his
Back in
wife,
a minute.
basically, and he cares for the welfare of the superstars. And he wants everyone who is against this match to stand up and join him and protest. And he tells the crowd that they've got blood on their hands, just like Mick Foley does. And we got the war that was started over by a spilt cup of coffee.
When does that posse have to be done for?
As soon as whenever, just what do just now.
My laptop takes ages to... You have to read them by tomorrow.
No, by the first.
Alright.
So we got the last man standing match between Chris Jericho and Kane. This seemed like a rivalry that was just flung together because he didn't know what to do with either of these guys at the time.
Pretty much.
Did
well out of it though. It was a good match.
Yeah.
Teddy Long was the referee as well.
Aye.
Back again.
What did you think of Jericho versus Kane then? Or did you watch that?
You did it.
He stopped taking the piss.
Says he made time, yes.
Did you watch
I
it?
thought it was... I did. I thought it was
Just
quite
enough.
a good match.
Finally joining the academic elite. Like, fuck off, you thick prick. Seriously, I'll show you.
Y2J getting a big win.
I did that a long time ago.
I'd rather be an entrepreneur than an employee. Fuck off, you were shite on new venture planning.
Okay.
Insightful,
Cool.
Kimbo. Cheers.
Sorry?
Cheers, Kimbo.
What?
Carl finally made a valid point. You interrupted him.
Aye. Still can't hear a word you're saying, by the way, Dutch.
Huh?
Can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, isn't he?
What about now?
No.
Now?
No.
For fuck's sake. Still nothing?
Nah, not really. Still quite quiet.
Might as well eat my cereal bar.
You're always eating.
You're a
always
fat bastard.
20 stone.
Says you, Kimbo.
What? I was only joking about being a fat cunt.
No.
Aye. So, Jericho against Kane. Quite a good match, I thought, for what was basically just a pretty weapons spot fest. And fucking Jericho got a bit of down after Kane as well. Kind of a John Cena type performance.
Nonsense. He's just a jackal.
Aye, the finish was Jericho pushing a prop barrel stack thing onto Kane.
Aye.
Doesn't even hit him, but he still gets held down for 10 seconds.
Do you know what it actually reminded me of? It reminded me of the last man standing match between Barrett and Cena.
Oh, and Barrett rips down the chairs on top of him.
Aye, when when Cena does that to Barrett, aye.
Aye. That's what I meant.
The difference is that Barrett didn't have...
Monty, you're going to lose a bit of credibility if you're going to say that the Kane versus Jericho match from 2000 reminds you of the John Cena match from 2010.
Oh, I'm just saying it reminds me just to finish with similar.
What you mean is whenever you were watching it in 2010 with Cena and Barrett, it reminded you of Jericho Kane. Is that what you mean?
Aye, well, fucking.
That's one. What was the match when they used the forklift truck? Was it who was the and they held him underneath as well in a last man standing match? Who?
Northeast.
What?
Oh, wasn't it? Sorry. As if I'm followed out
You thought about what when the Nexus came out and helped to bury Undertaker?
Something like that. I can't remember. But, you know, you see that sort of similar sort of ending where it's like you're up against it anyway.
Aye. So Jericho won this after throwing part of the stage prop, which was massive oil drum things, on top of Kane, and Jericho won. After that, we got Jonathan Coachman talking about the last match and doing an interview with.
Where are we second, Monty? What I was thinking, right?
Fucking
Claire laughed at that.
Because I'm funny.
So we had the coach talking to Mick Foley and asking him if he's got any doubts about putting this match on. To cut a long story short, he said no. Then we got what we mentioned earlier. We got Shawn Michaels from WWF New York talking about his Hell in a Cell match with the Undertaker, and he was tipping the Undertaker to win it, and Tim and JR commented in each other's hats. Nice wee bit of banter. We then got a Four Corners tag match for the tag team titles between the Righty Censor with Stevie Richards. Was it Bill Buchanan and... Was it Godfather was in this match?
Yeah, the Goodfather.
The Goodfather and Bill Buchanan up against Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and I don't know how I forgot this tag team, K-Quick and Road Dogg. It's time to get rowdy.
Again, Ron Killings, just nothing exciting about him at all.
When was there anything exciting about him?
Never.
See the song he does, like his song that he used to rap to? Was that the same song he done in TNA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well,
you're just in time to talk about K-Quick and Road Dogg.
No, I'm on the phone now, so
Right.
that's better for a bit.
Before I watched this, I read a review about it online. The guy who wrote it said it's like a TNA preview.
Good point.
Aye.
Yeah, you've been living the same gimmick for 13 years now.
Who has?
I think he means K-Quick.
Yeah, aye.
Something else, I don't know, I think I forgot to say it last week whenever we did the ECW thing, but there was Bubba Ray Dudley. He should have been a main eventer a long time ago.
Well, it was going to be in about when they split the Dudleys.
When they made the Reverend Devon and all that pish.
Aye. Bubba Ray was going to get a main event push, but he had a match with Triple H, and he botched up a move, and Triple H bitched to Vince, and that pretty much ended his push.
I thought something must have happened.
Orton does that as well.
Yeah, Orton does that a lot. I don't think he's...
Pretty much stopped Kofi Kingston getting any bigger. He got Anderson sacked, or Kennedy, or whatever.
Well, no, Anderson was sacked because he was always injured.
Well, because he got sacked because he injured Randy Orton.
Aye.
That's what he says anyway.
No, Randy Orton just came back from an injury and he dropped him on his injured shoulder when he botched the move.
But the thing with that as well, Kennedy came back as well, and that move he done where he hurt Orton, when he dropped Orton the shoulder, he injured his hand as well. So he got injured in his first match back from being injured. There's a lot of reasons why he was let go, and it wasn't just because Randy Orton didn't like him.
Oh, plus the whole steroid thing.
Yeah, aye. I mean, he made a cunt himself with that.
Oh, you're stinking.
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good actually.
Yeah. I've got on speaker now, so fucking
Sweet.
I don't have to keep it at my ear the whole time.
So the right to censor were the champions going into this, and the Dudleys were fucking really over in this match, is what I noticed.
Mhm.
The crowd were really into their stick back then.
Mhm.
So what happened?
Colts.
Aye, so the Dudleys were in control, and D1 gets sent outside to get the tables, and Stevie Richards hits a DDT, the worst looking DDT I've ever seen in my life, by the way, onto him on the outside, and Edge hits a spear on Bubba for a 2 count, and Christian sneaks in and hits the Unprettier, and Edge covers him for the win, and Edge and Christian pick up the
Devon.
Sorry?
Would have been funnier if Devon hit the spear.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the third match a Canadian has won on this pay-per-view? Well, Canadian-ish. Jericho, Edge, and who else was it?
Don't know.
Who else was it?
There's two. Dean Malenko wasn't Canadian.
William Regal won the second match. Dean Malenko won the first match.
So no, it's not.
Jericho, Edge and Christian.
There you go, that's 3.
Well, technically that is 3, but that's not what you meant.
That's not what I meant.
That's a rubbish point.
Yes, thanks for that, Gav. Insightful as always.
You know me.
Right. So after that, we got some more Stephanie McMahon acting, because you can never get too much of that. She's begging Hunter not to go through with this Hell in a Cell match, and Triple H just tells her to fuck off, mind her own business, and go get the tea started. As all good women should.
Yep. Claire, hope you're listening.
No, I'm playing a game.
She probably went and took out on Trish.
Aye. Next match was for the Intercontinental title between the champion at the time, who was the one Billy Gunn, against the man that does not exist. There was no winner to this match.
Crispin Dry.
Chris Benoit, who we're actually going to talk about in the latter segment this week.
That'll be fantastic.
A serious discussion.
Really?
Well, as close to it as we can get.
Yeah. You know us.
Yep. Right, so just how good was Chris Benoit this time, though?
Technically, he was fantastic. He didn't have any charisma or that, but he didn't need it because it kind of just, as they say, just loaded him, the rabbit ovary. He was just hard as fuck.
Yeah.
He's just like, as I say, no nonsense, come in, kick fuck at people and went home.
Was he a member of the Radicals at this time?
Yes.
Was he?
Mhm. And on the flip side of that, just how irrelevant was Billy Gunn?
Very, very irrelevant.
Yeah.
Again, you talk about like Bubba Ray Dudley, Raven, and not getting the pushes they deserve, and William Regal, but Billy Gunn didn't deserve anything near what he got.
The thing I always remember with Billy Gunn is I had the home video for WrestleMania 15, and it does the after-match interviews, and it does one with the New Age Outlaws, and Billy Gunn and Road Dogg are just fucking stoned or pissed or something, and they start slagging The Rock for just fucking no reason, just start slagging The Rock, and then The Rock does his, and he doesn't talk about the match with Stone Cold, he just slags Billy Gunn, saying he's had about 15 fucking gimmicks and he's finally got one that sticks.
Did he not have a show-off gimmick?
The Mr. Ass gimmick, the gay gimmick, was it Chuck Palumbo?
Billy and Chuck.
That was fucking shit.
That was awesome.
TV. Just after an invasion angle, that was fucking horrible.
With Rico as our manager. Sorry. And they done the fucking wedding on SmackDown.
I forgot about that.
I remember watching that one.
The gay marriage.
Oh no, not the gay marriage. Who was it that got married?
No, that was Daniel Bryan and AJ, but AJ told him to get fucked.
Oh.
What's the me?
What?
Getting confused.
She's not part of the fucking thing
I
here,
don't
though.
watch it.
It's not going to find the cock with them fucking.
least Claire fucking provides some usefulness, like bringing Kimbo tea. I mean, what the fuck do you get of us?
Gav's question of the week.
Oh Christ, aye. Like, I've got a valid point to make. That's 3 Canadians, 1 free No, it isn't, Gav.
And even if it was true, it's a pretty rubbish
No,
point.
who the fuck cares?
It's like saying 3 blonde people have won a match. For fuck's sake.
Of the Canada.
There's a lot of Canadians in the WWF. Wow. So Benoit would win this match and the title with the crippler crossface. After that, we got a promo with Austin talking about the brutality of the cell. Then we got the triple threat WWF Women's title match between Ivory, Trish Stratus, and my darling Molly Holly. Somebody's going to need to take over here because I need to go clean up.
No.
Wasn't a bad match for a women's triple threat match.
I didn't notice. I can't say I noticed.
Do you not appreciate that women have to go out there and wrestle and put their bodies on the line the way men do?
What, in a 2-minute match?
Lol, lol, lol. As if I really give a fuck. Aye, it was a wank fest.
What I will say is Molly's Holly's tits were fucking awesome.
She was a cute girl.
And Trish basically came out in a pair of Y-fronts, which was nice.
Mm-hmm. Did TNA do a run-in afterwards?
Yes. And then the APA, TNA being...
That's right, aye. That's right.
TNA
Don't
being
forget
Beth and Albert.
Holly.
Albert was wearing a Acolytes t-shirt.
No, it was a modified one that had
Aye.
T and A, APA for some reason.
See, when watching this, I thought Albert looked a lot like Tentai or Sweet Tea.
Nah, you got the wrong guy, Gav.
Oh, was that supposed to be funny, Gav? Sorry.
That's the worst fucking case of trolling I've ever seen.
Don't know.
Do you want any new material then?
You're gonna lose about 50 points tonight.
It wasn't. I was told to say it.
No, you were not.
Who?
Wish he'd lose his fucking voice.
I know. Aye, so TNA came out to attack Molly Holly. Then Crash came out.
Second dead wrestler.
Crash Holly, aye. And
Test.
Third, you've got Benoit.
Alright, fucking Benoit, Test, Crash Holly, all beat. That's up to 4 now.
Right. Retro APL. What did you think of the APA, Gav?
You never watched this, did you?
No, I'm just laughing with someone else. Do you not think the white guy in the ABA looked like Julia?
That's not funny.
That isn't funny. I'm not even going to leave that in there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I actually think it is kind of funny.
Aye, because you've told him to say it, you dick.
Farouk looked like Ron Simmons as well. I used to tag team with fucking Booker T.
No, he didn't. Did he? Was Farouk in a tag team with Booker T?
Did he not? Years ago?
No, I don't think so, no.
I thought they did. WCW fuck knows.
Are you talking about Harlem Heat?
No, it wasn't Harlem Heat, but I know when he was Ron Simmons, I know he used to tag with somebody. Maybe.
That's Butch Reed.
Yeah, that's his.
What
Harlem Heat I was on about though.
What are you saying, Kim? Were you saying they all look alike? Come on, that's an awful thing to say on a podcast.
I'm not saying that at all, Johnny. I think Mr. Fuji looks a lot like other people.
He looks a bit like a guy called Graham Dodds that I know.
Mm-hmm. What does Graham Dodds look like? What's the name of my thing for that draft, Monty?
Sorry, I'm just ignoring all this irrelevant shit.
The Chinaman is not the issue, is it?
That's the game.
Chinaman's not the issue, aye.
No. Oh no, it was Johnny that was the geese one.
Alright, check out the fucking geese.
By the way, since we've got a new member here, how is he getting in on the draft, or is he not?
I'll get him.
Come in if you want.
He can tag team with you.
Does that mean we get double points?
No.
Choose all the Wyatts, RVD, he'll be fine.
Alright, we'll get my team before the next pay-per-view. He's got a pick a fuck all anyway, so.
We're men, Claire, it's what men do. You shop, talk shite, shave your fannies, wee burp, fart.
Well, Big Show's back next month, so.
Good for him.
Good of him.
But what's that got to do with this pay-per-view, Gav?
Exactly. You fucking.
I'm just pointing it out for the draft.
Monty, well, good luck on the editing of this, pal.
This is a fucking disaster. Do you know it's all right until Gav starts talking?
Actually, why?
Yeah,
Or Kimbo.
yeah, across the world. There's a stream on YouTube. There's the link there that Dutch has posted. Of course, it's not fucking.
What? What?
Did you not know, Dutch?
Well, there's quite a few on tonight. Who's Stuart Tate? Is he a new one?
It's Tia Taft, Claire.
I've not got my glasses
I
on.
don't give a fuck. I got my glasses on either, and I read it.
I'm the cool cunt with the diamond shot.
I think I'm CM Punk.
Right, so after that we got The Rock doing a promo. Just say he's going to fucking win the match, basically. Then we got the main event of the night, which was for the WWF heavyweight title, or the fucking WWF title.
It's a shame that they didn't play his other promo that he mocked the people in the Hell in a Cell.
Was that not for the Raw before that?
I thought it was on the pay-per-view, but
So did
indeed
I.
it must have been on the Raw.
Aye.
I think they showed on the preview for the match.
Did they? I never noticed. Right, so just when you fucking this match, when you consider the talent in it, you had the champion Kurt Angle going against The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, The Undertaker, and Rikishi. Does anyone stick out there like they don't belong?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Rikishi.
Aye. Yeah, I just couldn't take this guy serious as a main eventer. Especially.
Oh, but he was only in because of The Rock, huh?
Aye. I thought he was The Rock's cousin.
I did it for The Rock.
Aye.
I did it for the people.
I remember he had some weird promo in Raw where he says that the WWF has got this great white hope and the Austins went to the top of the white pole. I'm like, what the fuck's the white pole?
How dare he? He's making me lose on the blooming chase.
No, you've been thick making you lose on the fucking chase.
Not really, you just got that one right.
Well, nobody made you fucking lose it.
No, lose time, I meant to say.
Sorry, what were you saying, Monty?
I was just fucking Rikishi's weird promo about Austin getting the top of the big white pole or something.
I think he was going for the Billy Gunn gay man gimmick.
No,
Can I have a bit of my big white pole?
No, see, this is why you shouldn't talk unless you're spoken to.
Want to change his profile picture, please?
If you don't tell in this household, Claire, we ask, so for that reason, no, I won't.
Johnny, change your profile picture, please.
Freedom of speech, darling.
Not really.
To be fair, I've not met a cop who wasn't a bastard.
Arrest your ass. I have my handcuffs on me.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing through here then?
You kinky bastard.
And also my Batman. So we'd watch it.
Look, Claire, I'm not going to lie to you, but they're all about a couple hundred miles away.
Kimbo's got his baton out as well.
It's in my pants. Anyway.
No, keep going with this. I'm into the rough chat.
What?
No, right. You know how you were saying, like...
What?
Like, Rikishi's just a big misfit in this match.
Yes.
They could have had Kane, they could have had Jericho, they could have had Benoit. Could have had anyone in there just to make the match a bit better. Instead, they have him.
No, well, it made sense for him to be there, but...
It wasn't because he ran down Stone Cold. Kane, don't think Jericho did.
I mean, it wasn't just he threw him in there. It made sense for him to be there. It just seemed like he stuck out.
But they could have made it make sense for Kane or Jericho to be there if they wanted to think about it.
Why would Chris Jericho run down Austin?
It doesn't necessarily have to be run down Austin.
But that's how Rikishi fit into the equation.
But they could have worked at some other angle is what I'm saying.
No, but then what would Rikishi have had to do then if he'd have knocked down Austin.
Right, so
Rikishi would have been irrelevant in this story.
In the pay-per-view, so there would have been absolutely no point of having Stone Cold being knocked over and the whole whodunit thing.
So Rikishi runs down Austin, and instead of Austin going after him, he goes, nah, fuck it, I've got other things to worry about.
Exactly.
You're alright, mate, you're off the hook. Don't worry about it. These things happen.
Was there ever a match between Rikishi and Austin? Did that ever get blown off?
Yes, they had one at, I don't know, but they had one where Austin was going to run over Rikishi, and the Police came out and huckled them. I can't remember what event it was at though.
Don't even remember it.
Right, so anyway, thoughts in this match?
The Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
It was pretty good. It was a bit of a clusterfuck, but it was pretty good.
Was
even fair enough about Rikishi, but the spot he did was pretty. It wasn't a Mankind kind of spot, but it was still decent enough.
What I thought was good that they made it seem good because they had all the guys in the ring stop and turn around and look at it. They made it seem a big deal. They sold it well.
Right. I don't really get that they had to keep going up the ramp and onto the cars, but
I know.
Yeah, just added to the sort of cluster of it, I guess.
I mean, it was fun and entertaining, if nothing else. I mean, when you've got 6 guys in the ring, it's always going to be a bit of a clusterfuck.
Oh, the Dumbledore was the fucking... The wizard fucker, wasn't he?
Spider. Oh no, an insect.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
She's got Chase on her phone.
Play the making sandwiches game.
Johnny, you did, Johnny, you missed it. Fucking Dave still have it too, good little cunt.
How much is a crown worth in shillings? How many shillings?
20.
2, 3 or 5?
2. Bastard is worth 5. Maths isn't my strong point.
Me beat.
Right, Campbell, do you fancy breaking the trend and actually talk about the show? What do you think of the match?
Blame her. I think actually it was a bit of an anticlimax. The way they built it up and hyped it up, you were expecting a bit more. But in saying that, you got the result you probably didn't expect. And you got it in a manner which obviously you would maybe have expected of Kurt Angle at the time because he was a bit of a fucking weasel. And amongst all his talent in that.
Why?
Was that?
Yeah, that was kind of the point of the finish. Yeah, it was. Yeah. He was the weasel, but he still got away with his title.
I think the whole throwing Rikishi off the top, that was your shock moment, which is pretty pointless. But I mean, they needed that anyway.
Yeah.
But you knew it the moment Vince came in with a fucking truck full of hay.
Yeah, somebody was going on it.
Yeah.
But but they needed that shock factor because every match kind of needs to eclipse the next one. But as it over, it was an alright match, but they built it up, and you probably left feeling a little bit disappointed at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I say, I think sometimes back then you were like when you think back to was it WrestleMania when Stone Cold fucking turned. You always pro the invasion thing when Stone Cold turned. You were like, what the fuck?
Fuck's sake, spoilers.
You never had that happy ending. And I think back then when you had it in WWE, WWF, whatever, you were like, fuck, you can't. So you know what I mean? Like, why? Whereas obviously now it's maybe a bit more like orientated towards fucking pleasing the crowd. So I say, well, you know what I mean? For its time, it was a good match.
What? Yeah, that's a good point. What they sort of tried to do a bit more back in the day was like actually build up, the angles, build up the storylines. So there wasn't really a blow off match. It still sort of continued, didn't it?
Because you left you asking questions. Whereas these days, Ryback gets beat, you don't see him for a couple of weeks. And he's fighting fucking Chris Jericho. You're like, okay, so you're not even in any of the Money in the Bank matches now. You're fighting fucking Y2J. Great. How'd that work?
After this match, they all kind of went their separate ways. I mean, like, Angle would go into feud with The Rock over the belt, lead into The Rock feuding with Austin at WrestleMania, and before that, Austin would like finish his feud with Triple H for running him over. Rikishi kind of got nothing, and Undertaker would end up fighting Triple H at WrestleMania. So there was a sense of direction for all of them, but Rikishi really. Stuart, what was your thoughts on this?
It was mental when he couldn't keep up with the match. Six cunts in the ring.
Yeah.
But I just Vince and the Stooges come with a big truck trying to fucking bring the cage down.
I thought it was great imagery. McMahon and the two Stooges standing in the truck with McMahon with a cane.
I think everybody's burst open as well, wouldn't they, during the match?
Aye.
I think everyone was at one point, aye. Well, I don't think Undertaker was, actually.
For this match, did they change Undertaker's theme from Kid Rock to
Limp Bizkit?
That's it.
No, it was always... It changed at one point that he stopped using Kid Rock and then he started using Limp Bizkit. I think it was a month or so before this, but then he used Limp Bizkit for another wee while. Then he used a sort of generic one, and then he went away and came back as Dead Man.
Yeah. I mean, I always remember at this time the Undertaker's being Rolling. That was his theme.
Yeah.
That was the theme associated with Undertaker from this time.
Yeah. And Limp Bizkit were at WrestleMania, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And so were
Motorhead.
Motorhead, was that the same year?
Yeah, I think it was, aye.
Aye.
No, he wasn't using Motorhead this time. He was using...
Oh, no, he was. No, I think that was WrestleMania 18 when he was fighting. Or 19 when he was fighting Booker T.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. Aye, so the finish of this match, Austin hit a stunner on The Rock, and Triple H came in and started grappling with Austin, and Angle sneaked over and covered The Rock for the free count and to retain his belt.
Yep.
Right, so we'll go around everybody, get our final thoughts on the show and get everyone's rating. Let's start with Dutch this week.
With me?
You.
I was okay. It wasn't as good as I remembered. It was still okay overall. I mean, I liked the opening match and some decent matches, but wasn't the best ever. So I have to give it a 5.5.
5.5.
Half a point for Howard Finkel.
Kimbo.
Pretty much along the lines with Dutch. See, there was some, as I say, you can kind of see the point in having Molly Holly and Crash Holly and all that involved because it was in Alabama, so it was playing the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the matches, as you say, the way they built up the Hell in a Cell, which, you know, as you say, for the time, you think about the age group and you're into wrestling and shit, it was, you know, I mean, they did alright. But I'd probably say about 6 out of 10 overall. Because you did get, obviously, like I never liked the RTC gimmick, and every time they were on it was like, oh, fuck this. And as you say, even when it was Val Venus that I was saying earlier on when he was fighting against China, I mean, he came out to meet her, or was it she came out to meet him coming in the ring, and they were at it, and she wasn't even hitting him, it was obvious, and he was selling it, and it was like that for a few minutes, and you thought, this match is shit. You know? But then you say that, and there was Kane Chris Jericho was a good match. Mm-hmm. And then obviously, let's say, the main event, which was, you know, it was okay. There was a lot happened. So as I say, I'd give it about 6 out of 10.
Johnny.
Attitude in full swing. I think looking back on it, I was expecting a wee bit more. It was all right. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I guess is fair enough.
And Gav.
From the way you were talking about it when I mentioned it the first time, I thought it was going to be a great pay-per-view. It was decent. 6 out of 10.
Stuart.
Looking back on it now, the only matches I really enjoyed was a Kane Jericho and also the main event match. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I mean, I'd just regurgitating what the rest are saying if I went into it. For me, it was a solid 6 out of 10. It was entertaining, if nothing else. Right, so we'll wrap up the sync segment here and we'll be back with our last spiel of shit. We'll do Gav stuff. We'll tell you what we're going to watch next week. For now, enjoy the Radicals theme and we'll be back in just a wee second.
Good choice.
Thank you. Welcome back, folks. We've got a pretty packed third segment this week. We're even going to try a mature, serious discussion, but I'm sure we'll get about 2 minutes worth of content, and the rest of it I'll need to edit the fuck out. It's 7 years this month since the Chris Benoit, well, I'd say incident, but he's a double murder suicide. So I'm not going to go in too much detail. I think it's not something we're not really reviewing it, we're just mentioning it because it's, even for wrestling history, it's a pretty significant time. I'll just go around and ask the guys, what were your memories or when you heard about what happened?
Just bypass me.
Right, well, you're fucking as helpful as ever, Johnny.
Gav, do you honestly not remember it at all from the time? 'Cause it was even on like national news here, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember it at all. I was only 11.
Okay. At the time, I was pretty. I don't know. I think I was sort of defending him a wee bit, thinking, oh, it wasn't him, somebody else had done it, or
Yeah.
couldn't really get my head around it at the time because it was a bit of a weird thing. I mean, wrestlers die all the time, you know what I mean? It's always something untoward, you know, like drug assisted or that kind of thing. It's never just, you know, they die of old age or that sort of thing.
No.
What was the question again?
Just your memories of around about that time, or when you found out it happened.
I remember getting slated on a very well-known Rangers forum because I tried to defend him, which probably wasn't a good idea at the time.
No.
Didn't really care, a bunch of arseholes anyway. Yeah, I guess it was a bit of a shock, but since then it's probably, you know, all the stuff that's come out pretty much pointed towards the fact that somebody should have known it was going to happen or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think the thing I always, well, I don't know if I remember, but looking back at it now, is the way it was exploited by the American media and American politicians is basically just a way to basically try and shut down the wrestling industry, or more specifically Vince McMahon and the WWE.
Aye.
I mean, because like there's
That's the thing, man. The biggest one. So you always go after the biggest company.
Yeah. I think apart from that, there's certain people with a bit of authority in America who quite clearly don't like the WWE and who would rather it disappeared. I mean, like, you've got like groups like the SEC and that fucking one mentioned earlier, the Parents Television Council or something. And you've got like, even, I know I'm fucking going a bit tangent here, like something like Hillary Clinton, she will never have. I mean, I don't know politics between her and any other American politician, but she'll never have a political career because she's associated with wrestling. I mean, it's a thing that in that country it's very much looked down by certain parts of society, and the amount of people just saw this to have this fall outrage and seen it as a chance to take down the WWE and then the wrestling industry. And it was one thing I do remember after it was I think it was CNN. They'd done an interview with John Cena, and they totally just edited it to make it look as if he was saying he was taking steroids, but without actually saying it. And it was just the damage it could have done to WWE was quite substantial because fucking everyone was lining up to take a pop shop at him at the time.
Well, I would, and I mean other people need to get a chance to speak about it, but I would argue that there has been damage. I mean, since then,
absolutely, the
PG era has crept in. Since then, the moves that have been done and the spots like the chairs and stuff have been totally toned down, you know, 1,000-fold.
Well, I was actually going to bring that up later, but I think if there's one good thing that ever came from it, I think certainly the welfare of, well, those who are employed by the WWE anyway is dramatically increased since that time.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true.
Yeah, but only when it's convenient. I mean, I said that yesterday. If you look at some of the people on the roster, or you don't know, but I mean, yeah, some people look a bit unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
They don't test the part-timers.
So I think you're not going to see any of the top stars getting away with what they could have done 10 years ago.
You don't hear stories of them going out and getting bevied and cutting each other's clothes up or setting each other's clothes on fire and that sort of thing, like the way you used to. And
because territories died out, huh? That's all part of the ritual back in the day.
Yeah.
I think,
it doesn't.
Sorry.
Go on.
I just think the perfect example is when you look at a guy like Randy Orton. He's had 2 strikes. He's never going to get to the level that he was 5 years ago again. He'll never be like one of the top guys because they just wouldn't have a risk in him. It was the same way Jeff Hardy. As soon as he was done, they're like, we can't have you here. Go away.
Yeah,
same with Mysterio. He's on 2 strikes.
Yeah, he'll never be a world champion of that again. But I think he's come to the end of his career quickly now, anyway. I mean, it certainly changed a lot in wrestling, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No more chair shots to the head.
I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest.
It made them aware of what concussion can do. I mean, look at what happened to Dolph Ziggler. Taken off TV for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Concussion, that probably wouldn't have happened back then.
I mean, because that's like a real fire topic in American sport now. Because the amount of guys in the NFL that have had concussions and later in their life have had severe mental problems and stuff.
Yeah.
This might not be the most appropriate question, but just from a sheer wrestling point of view, how do we remember Chris Benoit?
When he came over from WCW, I was pretty excited. I mean, Malenko and Saturn as well, and Guerrero. But when the Radicals debut, I thought that was pretty good. And I thought, because I remember watching them in WCW, and you could tell they were good workers, and the crowd could get interested in them. And some of his matches were really good, in all honesty. But I mean, you see his wrestling style is, it's what led to what happened. So for all the people who sit and say, "Oh, he was a really good wrestler," that's kind of the reason why he was a really good wrestler. And then the reason for his matches being the way they were is what led to him doing that.
Well, do you think the WWE were right in the time to do what they done in regards to Benoit, just wiping him off the face of the earth, basically not acknowledging him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else could they do?
Yeah, I agree.
They get absolutely panned. They get absolutely panned for it, and for them to even acknowledge him or put out a DVD or even have one of his matches on like a WCW DVD, people would jump all over them for it, and it's probably right the way what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They put him on a few DVDs since then, but they added out any commentary and cut away as much as possible. He's on the new War Games DVD, but they cut out the entrance and the promo before the match, and the huge scenes with him as little as possible.
Yeah. I
can understand it's... Sorry,
No, on you go.
As I said, I can understand it's difficult to set them apart, the man and the wrestler. Because even watching it today, it's still awkward. Just seeing some of the moves and some of the commentary, like, oh, he's got this killer instinct, and it's a bit awkward.
Well, Daniel Bryan uses 2 of his moves. He uses the cross-fist submission, and the big one is he uses the headbutt. But if you look at the way Daniel Bryan does the headbutt compared to Benoit, he puts a lot more of his impact on his arms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but
but you could say he's not copying Benoit, he's copying Dynamite Kid, who Benoit copied as well.
Yeah, but that move basically crippled the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
So.
So as I said, it's natural that you have to ignore him, but it's a shame that it's gone to the point that you can't remember the good things about the person. I mean, they'll never show WrestleMania 20 again.
No.
Like the end scene.
No.
Of Eddie and Benoit and his wife and his kids being in the ring. It's sad.
I wonder how much, like, from a historical point of view, that scene would have been replayed throughout the years if this never happened. Because it was a great moment at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand if you don't play it, but don't pretend the match never happened. Because there was a point that they just wiped out that whole match.
Yeah.
Now they've gotten to the point that they'll acknowledge that it's happened, but not promoted, which I totally agree with.
Well, you're right. But you know, it's. I think they've got far much. I think WWE have far much more to lose by promoting them than actually doing a. You know, even somebody like Gavin. I'm not taking the piss out of him here or anything, but Gav doesn't spend wise, and he's no real reason to know who he was. He wasn't watching at the time, and you know, for him to just sort of be able to look at history and skim it over, it doesn't really. I mean, fair enough. If Gav knew who Chris Benoit was and he knew some of the good matches, then fine, fair enough. But for all this sort of bad publicity they get if they were promoting that match, or if they were putting that match on a DVD set, for example, probably not worth it in their eyes. You know, it's they've got
no, but I just mean, like, if they say they bring out another Guerrero DVD, include that moment, even if it's for 2 or 3 seconds, just to show that it's happened, but not put emphasis.
Well, yeah,
not focus on Benoit.
2 or 3 seconds would probably be acceptable. But
yeah, I mean,
it just need to be done very, 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 very delicately and gently.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not expecting, and I wouldn't even want another Chris Benoit match DVD compilation, but don't pretend he's never been in the WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand, edit out any distressful things like commentary, like, oh, he's got this killer instinct, or mention his wife or his kids.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a match, if there's like a highlight package of Chris Jericho, put in the clip that he wrestled Benoit at the Royal Rumble 2001, the ladder match. Just a 5-second clip. Stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Well, it makes sense. I'm not saying what you're saying is actually wrong, but it's just it's pretty obvious that WWE are just not going to budge from their position on it, and you know, hey ho,
it's heavily justified.
It is justified, and
yeah, of course. I'm not saying that the WWE shouldn't ignore them. It's just should be a middle ground. It should be they should be able to place him in a historical sense. I mean, I can understand why they don't.
This is going to be a purely fucking the most speculative questions, but where do we think the wrestling world would be today if this never happened?
Still the same.
Probably still the same. If it wouldn't have happened to him, it would happen to somebody else.
Probably. And the big thing about the whole PG era has been Linda's Senate run as well. So.
And they realised that the money's with the kids.
Even that, but Benoit was being phased out. He had that run in ECW.
Yeah.
Just to bring up new talent like Punk at the time.
Right, well, that'll end this week's fucking series discussion. We'll get back into the usual shite now with Gav's Corner. And let's start with Gav's question this week. So what useless piece of fucking shit are you giving us this week, Gav?
Most memorable debut.
Directed at who?
We'll go with you first.
Me? Most memorable debut? Jericho in '99 for me.
Why?
No, I thought it was a great debut at the time. I mean, I didn't even know who Chris Jericho was because I didn't watch WCW. So when the guy came in and he interrupted the Rock, and he just seemed, I liked what I seen. He's like, because they were doing the whole clock gimmick for months, and I was like, wonder what the fuck's this clock about? And that's when it came out, and there was this guy, and his type and John was really cool. He had really good music. He came out in the flashy clothes, and he had also like good talk on the mic, and they were putting him up against the Rock straight away. I think it was one of the best Raw moments ever, and for me it was certainly the most memorable debut. Anyway, so when it comes straight to mind. Anyway,
Johnny, you next.
I was going to say Jericho as well. And just to sort of point that I did watch WCW, and I thought he was obviously he was criminally underused in WCW again, and I was just looking forward to seeing him because it was hyped for months that he'd signed and all this stuff. Like he put WWF link on his website instead of WCW's link on his own personal website and stuff. So I'm just really looking forward to it. And I think for a while when he did debut, he was a bit rusty and was a bit sort of wasn't really used properly until the China kind of angles started. If anybody remembers that, but
yeah.
So Jericho's, I can't really remember anybody else's debut, to be perfectly honest with you.
I'm struggling to think of another one, to be honest.
Kane,
I suppose, aye.
Yeah, that's good.
Sell door off, didn't he?
Santino.
Fish. That was actually a good debut, was that not in Italy? When he allegedly came out the crowd?
Aye, Santino Marella, aye.
They stick it up from here. Obviously Lesnar, X-Pac and Taz.
Yeah.
Taz's was awesome. The crowd totally went bonkers for him.
Aye, they were so hot. It was in New York, wasn't it? Against Angle. Aye. I mean, I suppose the NWO and the WWF.
The NWO and WCW as well, probably.
Aye. I think the one for the NWO and the WWF, it was more the build up to it and like Vince's promos.
Yeah.
The actual debut.
I think one person's debut I can remember being excellent was Carlito.
That was the Apple, eh?
And then he beat John Cena for the US title in SmackDown, but didn't really do anything else afterwards. So.
No.
Quite like DDP as well.
Dr. Angle.
Eh?
You said DDP?
Aye, Stop and Sarah.
Aye, the Undertaker.
Aye, when he was shagging Kimberly.
Aye, pointless.
He wanted to go after fucking Undertaker's wife.
Undertaker's debut was good as well. SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Out with Brother Love.
Was that 89 or 90?
It was
90?
90, I think, aye.
Doug McLean's was quite good as well, in the crowd and that.
What about the Gobbledygooker?
That was shit, eh?
Was that not the same year as The Undertaker? The same show?
Was I?
Aye.
Aye, when they're talking about like it's going to be a NWA at the time wrestler, we're talking about like Ric Flair and fucking Sting or.
It was Hector Guerrero, wasn't it? Who played the Gobbledygooker?
Shit.
Yeah.
Watched St. Valentine's Massacre last night. It was fucking Paul White under the ring.
Big Show. Aye, that's a great shout.
Aye, good man.
And match.
Ric Flair's debut as well was pretty awesome. The owner of this part owner of WWF after the Invasion angle.
Oh, well, that wasn't really his debut.
It was his re-debut.
Aye. I mean, well, when he first came over, he came over with the WCW belt.
Real World Champion with fucking Bobby Heenan.
Aye,
It was a good angle a little bit.
aye.
God.
What's that?
But the Paul White one, that was a really good one.
It's like cabinet.
Aye, that is a pretty good show.
Aye. You can see the finish of that match when the cage broke. That was supposed to happen. He was supposed to climb on, then climb over.
Down the side of
It made it even better though.
No, it did. It worked even better because it made the Big Show look strong rather than stupid.
something before. I just remembered about it.
Gav,
What about the Shield's debut?
Kind of.
Well,
Um,
they're actually. I'll give you the debut because that was probably their best part of their whole existence.
Damp and heat.
Either that or, well, I can only really remember the Shield and the Nexus as two debuts that were stuck in my mind.
No, I was thinking
Pretty much.
I was thinking.
Well, Daniel
the next
Bryan's
one.
debut,
Daniel-
strangling Justin Roberts.
That was the Nexus.
When he was with the Nexus, that was his.
So you've got 3 and 2 of them with the Nexus.
Aye.
I think he does deserve a wee bit of credit because the Nexus debut was pretty good.
It was probably the best part about them.
Never went anywhere afterwards like
No.
so many others.
That's something that really pisses me off, that angle, because it's so much potential.
If we watched SummerSlam 2010, we could review it all.
Nope.
Oh, shut up.
I still want to know what the big picture is.
What about Dutch's favourite?
Oh, it's your fucking segment, you. Take control.
Dutch. Fire away.
Deacon Batista
Fuck off.
for the Bushwhackers.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say Luke Bushwhacker.
Aye, he's my fucking hero. Just for, have you ever seen his Royal Rumble elimination?
Is that a 2-second job?
Aye.
Which walk out, just in and then just straight back out.
Aye.
It's
That's-
a fucking stupid walk afterwards.
Give the boy credit, he never fucking missed a pace.
That's it.
He kept time the
Yeah.
whole way.
Here, Gav, have a look at that. That's why he's my hero.
I've seen it.
They always play it before.
Oh,
They always play it before the Royal Rumble every year.
not anymore. Now it's Santino.
Santino got better.
Aye.
Who was his debut again?
Was that?
Cena's debut, what was that again?
When they done
Cena's.
Cena. Oh, aye. He came
Good
out.
angle.
They're on SmackDown or something.
Aye.
He was thugonomics pissing and was it Undertaker come up to him at the end?
No.
and
That wasn't. He didn't debut as the Thugonomics. He came out as like just a generic guy, and Kurt Angle was cutting a promo, and Cena interrupted him, and he goes, "What makes you think you can come out here and interrupt Kurt Angle?" And then like Cena says, "Ruthless aggression," and like
Aye,
slap
that was when Angle was challenging
anyone.
anyone in the back.
He's an open invitation.
Oh, I invited you here. But what the fuck you doing?
Oh, but
Oh,
the
tired.
Bushwhackers, they used to be the most feared team in New Zealand. They used to be called the Sheep Herders. They were fucking violent
Aye.
back in the early 80s, late 70s.
Back in the days
Love
of
the Bushwhackers.
Albano.
What was that?
Back in the days of Captain Lou Albano and Hillbilly Jim.
Aye.
Oh, can it be that? Captain Lou?
Captain Lou.
What was the square with them fucking... What is it called? Elastic bands?
what?
Yes, it's gimmick, huh?
Anyone got any more memorable debuts?
The Shield.
The Shield. We mentioned them.
Did you? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Fucking hopeless.
Mr. Perfect.
RVD.
Virgil.
Right, I think we can move on to Gav's homework. So Gav, tell everyone what you're watching this week.
Mankind versus Undertaker from King of the Ring, 1998.
And what was significant about this match?
Undertaker chucked Mankind off the top of the cage, then he chucked him through the cage.
Jonathan, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty awesome, to be honest. I just loved how they showed how strong Mankind was. Get chucked off the cage. Then you had JR going, with God as my witness, he's broken in half. And then they start having this big deal about him getting stretchered away, and then he just gets back up. Climbs back up and takes another bump. He did contribute a lot.
Which WWF Hall of Famer started fighting with Undertaker halfway through the match?
Was it Terry Funk?
Ah, you bastard, aye.
Yeah, Undertaker chokeslammed him, and it looked kind of dodgy.
No, well, he lost his shoe.
He chokeslammed out of his shoes. That was a pretty decent. That was a really awesome moment. That as well.
And Undertaker wasn't happy that you had to climb up the cage because he had a broken ankle, or a fractured ankle at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was pissed off that Mankind climbed the fucking cage again. And that second spot wasn't planned, eh?
No, the cage wasn't supposed to give way.
But Foley said that as well. If you look at that fucking chair, if it was a few inches, it would have hit him smack in the head.
No, he lost a tooth because it fucked him in the mouth.
Yeah, because it's up his nose as well.
Aye.
And see the bit where Foley's lying against the turnbuckle, and you can see him smiling with the tooth in his nose.
Aye.
See him pushing his tongue out from his lip. Mike.
What?
Your mic's up.
Mike's doing it, saying.
You, Johnny.
Ah, that's alright, it's fine now. On you go, Johnny.
Is you can see him pushing. See if you the bit above your chin where you're before your lip. He's pushing his tongue through there. There's a big, huge gap in his mouth.
Aye, trying to shove his tongue through that hole in his lip. That's why he was smiling. At least that's what he's saying in interviews.
Never noticed that.
I mean, what really makes this match is JR's commentary. I mean, I was actually going to say earlier, in some of the matches in Armageddon, JR's commentary is a bit sort of naff. I mean, every triple threat match he keeps repeating, the champion doesn't need to be pinned. I mean, he just repeats it, and it's like, shut up, mate. But his commentary, because he didn't know, he maybe didn't know that the spots were happening. He really, really sold them, and it just JR at his best in this match.
Aye.
Yeah, he just brings that extra thing. The same. How Finkel, if he announces a winner of the match, it just sounds more special than a Lillian or Justin Roberts.
That's when Punk got him to do his announce to introduce him that time.
Yeah.
And he took about 5 minutes to do it.
But Finkel, he's a legend.
Aye.
So that's the thing for us older fans. You still remember when he announced the new champion?
Aye.
Have you ever seen the video with him announcing the wedding?
Yeah.
I
said that to the Power. He's best man in September. I said, just fucking do that. We'll be fine.
What was it, Macho Man and Elizabeth?
No. Some couple hired Howard Finkel to host their wedding.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I want that.
This wedding is scheduled for what for? Down the aisle.
And it is for eternity.
Introducing first the bridesmaids.
That'd be good.
Special occasion.
I'll send you the link, Monty.
Right, okay.
See the stuff they did with the tax in that match? It was. How did he know? Get properly hurt by the tax?
Oh. It's thumbtacks. I mean, they're only going to go in so far.
And they've probably been fucking blunted off at the start anyway.
Yeah, I think a few of them were, but it was still hurt. Some of them were.
It's going to hurt like fuck, but it's not going to do you that much damage.
Because Bobby Roode got nailed like that, and his black was just dripping with blood once they got into the back.
Yeah.
Aye, but it's going to bleed and it's going to look bad, but it's not going to be that much damage because it's only like a surface scratch. I mean, I wouldn't fancy fucking taking it, but it's not going to do you any permanent damage.
Right, well, do you want me to come round and we'll do it and we'll film it and we'll see if you're right?
No, as I said, I'd rather it was them than me who were fucking taking it. But it's like getting hit over the head with a light tube and that. It's the kind of thing that's worse. It looks worse than it actually is.
Maybe, but so.
Still, I imagine it isn't nice, and I don't fancy it.
So apart from the two big spots in the thumbtacks, what was your favourite part of the match, Gav?
The tacks. I just
Apart from the tacks.
When he chokeslammed him onto the tacks. But apart from the tacks, JR's commentary was the best part.
Oh, just what I've said then, yeah.
Are you fucking joking?
Did you watch the match, Gav?
I did watch the match.
Or did you watch highlights?
I did genuinely watch the match. Do you want to see my history?
No, you're alright. I don't want to see your history.
Gav, the tacks was the best part of that match.
Alright, okay.
What about the when Undertaker
Paper's your name.
punches him and he just fucking crumbles to the ground, knocked out?
He doesn't even sort of sell it.
That was pretty cool.
Over, yeah.
He just fucking collapses. So what are we going to make him watch next week? Or this week?
Kurt Angle and Shane?
Angle against Shane,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Should we not let Stuart pick?
No.
Sure, give Gav a match to watch next week.
I can't think of any. Inferno match, Kane Undertaker.
Between Undertaker and Kane?
Aye.
See if you can find the Inferno match, Gav.
Inferno match.
It's on WWE 13, so you should fucking know it. Since
I
that's,
do know it.
since that's the extent of your wrestling history knowledge.
I'll watch it now.
Right, okay. Well, don't watch it now, wait till we fucking finish recording.
Obviously.
Right,
1999.
aye.
Good find
Has
it.
there only ever been one Inferno match?
No, there's been
No.
a couple.
3 or 4. There was one on Raw, Kane versus Triple H.
Didn't mention it, yeah.
Kane and MVP done one as well. So next week,
It's just Kane and anybody.
the big review, we're going to be watching Invasion 2001
Oh, man alive.
from the WWF.
What about the live Raw?
The live Raw is going to happen the week after because Gav's still in school next week. I know. And we can't do it without Gav.
No, you can't.
I mean,
Maybe.
how would we be able to do a pod without complete ignorance?
Exactly.
Exactly. Right, so Invasion 2001 next week. Anyone got anything else to add before I wrap this up?
Check out the Sports Lab UK.
That's getting Eddie to do it.
Alright. No plugging. We're not Facebook. We're not 12.
We're not
Like
those.
for a like.
Mhm.
We had this discussion yesterday, Gav.
This is not people, we don't do love for love.
Master of Science.
Right, so
Hey, Monty gave them a plug on the Facebook page.
aye, a very nice, generous one at that. People need to earn my friendship.
Wait a minute, because
Johnny, what you try to do here?
I think it's a Scotsman.
Right, I'm ending this then. Usual stuff from me. Right, follow us on Twitter at RWR_podcast. Get us on Facebook at The Random Wrestling Review. If you watch this on YouTube, get us on Podomatic. And if you listen to us on Podomatic, get it on YouTube. And subscribe, like, share. Do the usual stuff. Join us next week. Thanks to all the guys for doing it. Thanks for Stuart for his first show. I hope you enjoyed it and you're welcome back anytime.
Girly.
Thanks for Claire for making Kimbo a sandwich and putting Dave to bed.
And 2 cups of tea.
And 2 cups of
Alright. Within an hour. Good.
Thanks to Callan for doing the theme tune. Catch him on Twitter at Callan Alive and get his stuff on iTunes Still Alive. Make sure it's him and not the shitey metal shit. Follow me at David RWR. Don't follow Gav because he'll appear in your veins. Thanks to Becky for doing the voiceovers. Join us next week for Invasion 2001. And
follow Bushwhacker Luke on Twitter.
Follow Bushwhacker Luke. Follow the Iron Sheep. Don't go don't go on Gav's shitey blog if you want. There's a pickup.
Don't look at his gaming videos either. We have no association with that.
No, go on his gaming videos and slag them rotten.
I dislike them.
Dislike them.
But watch the ads.
Don't watch the ads.
Watch the ads.
Get ad block.
Watch the ads 10 times so you'll get 75 pence.
Yeah.
Right, Invasion 2001 next week. Thanks for joining us. And to play us out, let's hear some Cheeky Baby.
Out of town, all you no good Jews out there with your cheapness, and you're running to Hollywood, and you steal from the good Muslim people. I tell all of you, you should have died all in World War II.